All right, Sergio, women's boxing will crown an undisputed champion at 140 pounds when Jessica McCaskill takes on Chantel Cameron. Let's talk about it with Pick'em, presented by Bet MGM. The odds are razor thin. This is basically a Pick'em fight between two of the top women in and around this weight class. Who do you like, Sergio?
Man, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a slugfest. I think Cameron has excellent chance to make it a physical fight. And McCaskill, you know, she doesn't run from a fight. Considering that she has, you know, the advantage, she has all the belts, she has the momentum, but she is the older fighter, Mannix. She's 38 years old, and fighters get old overnight. Cameron is a lot younger at 31 years old. She's going to be taller, very tough fighter. I mean, if there's an upset, this is probably it right here. Consider the fact that McCaskill has to travel all the way to Abu Dhabi. That flight's going to be a factor as well. So if you are going to pick something, Cameron, sprinkle a little money on that one.
All right, well, she's not flying middle seat coach to get to Abu Dhabi, so I think she's going to be fine physically, or at least as fine as Chantel Cameron is. I agree with you. I think it's going to be a slugfest, but I think a slugfest favors Jessica McCaskill, right, who seems more comfortable in that type of environment. You mentioned McCaskill's age. I actually think she's gotten better in recent years. We called one of her biggest fights, maybe her biggest fight before this, against Katie Taylor several years ago. I didn't think much of Jessica McCaskill then. Since then, she has 2 wins over Cecilia Brækhus, establishing herself as the top woman at 147. I thought her last fight was excellent. A win over Alma Ibarra where she dominated a bigger and theoretically stronger fighter to the point where she made Ibarra quit. So if this turns out to be more of a street fight than a classical boxing match, which I think it's going to devolve into at some point, I think that favors Jessica McCaskill. So if I like anybody in this fight, and it is a true coin flip fight, I think it's McCaskill, who, even though she is the undisputed champion at 147, is a lot more comfortable at this weight class. I mean, she dragged Brækhus down to 145 for their world title fight. She wanted to fight at 140. Now she's back at 140, and I think she's going to be really strong at 140.
Look, I'm a big fan of the Caskilla and Jessica McCaskill, but you know, when it comes to Cameron, she's going to be a little bit bigger, like I said, very tough fighter. So it all depends how they're going to react when they get hit in the chin. Jessica McCaskill, she will get hit. She's very aggressive. She likes to fight on the inside and throw overhand looping shots. But if she misses one of those shots, she could be vulnerable for a shot of her own. And Cameron does throw some good combinations once a fighter's on the inside. It's going to be a slugfest, like I said, Mannix. I will favor McCaskill, but like I said, if you are going to be a gambler, throw a little bit of money on Cameron, just for the fun of it.
I think a big key in this fight is if Chantel Cameron can make it more of a boxing match. If she can fight more on the outside, use that superior height to her advantage, I think she can win a decision. But again, if this becomes kind of a physical matchup with Jessica McCaskill and is going to do everything she can to make it that way, I don't see Chantel Cameron winning that. I think Jessica McCaskill is just too comfortable in that fight in a phone booth type of mentality, and I think she'll win a decision.
Cameron will not make it a boxing fight. It's going to be a slugfest, mark my words.